Hello and welcome. I'm quite excited to start this journey on cryptography. So guys, please remember, if you are actually working in the field of cybersecurity, you will always be working on things like encryption. You will be talking about TLS or the transport layer security, SSL, and you'll be talking about digital certificates. So these are some of the key terms you will always keep talking. But have you ever wondered that what's the base of these technologies? So that is what we are going to learn today. The base for all these is cryptography. So, but what is cryptography? And the best diagram you can even think about in terms of cryptography is the one in front of you. So what cryptography does is it says that if you are a sender and you are sending an information to a receiver, right? You need to ensure that that information is not sent in the plain text format. Why? Because just imagine that you are actually sharing your credit card details, or you're adding these details as part of a transaction at a banking site. Now, there can always be a man in the middle who can read, who can change these transactions. So that's why the base for cryptography is you start with the plain text. You apply something like an encryption. So encryption is nothing but you use an encryption algorithm. On top of it, you apply certain keys and you get a ciphertext. Now, ciphertext is your encrypted data. So if, let's say, there is a man in the middle and the man in the middle gets your ciphertext, they can't decipher anything out of it, right? They can't understand what that information means until and unless you actually decrypt it. So there are two terms, encryption, decryption. Decryption is nothing but you take your ciphertext and you apply the algorithm and also apply a key, which could be public-private key pair based on this, and we'll be studying all this as well, and so that you get back the plain text, right? So let's quickly take a look at what is cryptography. So cryptography is the use of mathematical concepts and rules to secure information and communication. So going back to this example, if you see what all are we going to achieve, what we want to achieve is we want to achieve a secure communication, right? It really needs to be secure communication. So whatever information I'm sending from sender to the receiver needs to be secure. But the key here is mathematical concepts. And when we study this, you will see that a lot of algorithms we talk in cryptography, like RSA algorithm, Diffie-Hellman, elliptical curve, these have actually been created by mathematicians. So, and the base for all these algorithms has been mathematics. So if you're really good at mathematics, then I would say this is the best field like cryptography if you want to really work on that side. So remember, cryptography is nothing but the use of mathematical concepts and rules. It's actually derived from a Greek word, kryptos. So when they coined this term cryptography, they looked at these different words and they came across a word which is in Greek mythology. It's kryptos, which means hidden. So anything that is hidden is called kryptos. And if you see, the information that you are sending from the sender to the receiver is also hidden, right? It's in the form of a ciphertext. Similar thing what we already discussed. So cryptography itself refers to converting. Remember, converting. You are converting the plain text into a ciphertext, right? And vice versa, right? It's not just that, right? So you convert the ciphertext back to the plain text as well, right? That's why it says converting plain text into ciphertext, and vice versa. What it means is converting the ciphertext back to plain text, and that is what we have shown in this diagram. Cool. So cryptographic techniques allow only a messages sender and the intended recipient to read the decoded content. So here we talked about the man in the middle, right? If a man in the middle comes somewhere here, they won't be able to understand what message you are sending because we have encrypted it. So encrypted is nothing but the plain text changes into something like a garbled text. For that person, it would be a garbled text. That's why it says it is meant for the intended recipient. So if A is sending the message to B, it makes sure that A is the sender and B is the receiver, and the message hasn't changed in between, right? So in the next video, we shall talk about the history of cryptography. Thanks for watching.